The story of Final Fantasy XV is long and complicated. Since this is a summary, a lot of things will be skipped. I will be going over the main plot of the game and not so much the character development. Before we get into the main story, there is some important background information we need to know to give the story some context. Final Fantasy XV is set in the world of Eos. In this world, there exist beings known as the Astrals. They are the manifestation of the planet itself and are extremely powerful. Because they protect the planet and have great power, they are often worshipped as gods. In order to help them protect the planet, the Astrals created the crystal, a source of power that is said to be the soul of the star. A plague emerged in Eos known as the Star Scourge, or the Darkness. The darkness lengthens the night and transforms its victims into demons. The Astrals picked a person from Tenebrae to help contain the darkness. This person became the first Oracle. The first king of Lucis rose to defend the Oracle. This man was Arden, and he had the power to transfer the darkness affecting people into himself. The Astrals granted the king of Lucis a ring that allows the wielder to channel the power of the crystal. However, because Arden absorbed so much of the darkness, the ring rejected him and instead chose his brother to be the first wielder of the ring. The ring would eventually become known as the Ring of the Luci, and the soul of its wielders, the previous king of Lucis, resides within the ring. Because the ring can choose those who are worthy to wield it and reject those that it does not, the ring became a symbol of the Lucian royalty. Arden absorbed so much of the darkness that it made him immortal. Arden was considered tainted and was chained and imprisoned, and over the years he was forgotten. After containing the darkness, the Astrals overextended themselves and fell into a slumber. It fell to the Oracle to hold back the darkness. There is a prophecy that a Lucian king will be born who will be the king of light and will finally defeat the darkness. After many years, the Empire of Niflheim emerges and wages a war on both Tenebrae and the Kingdom of Lucis. This war raged on for hundreds of years. During the course of the war, Arden was freed by a scientist from Niflheim. When he awoke, he found that he can transform people into demons. Filled with anger for what has been done to him, he starts plotting his revenge against the Kingdom of Lucis and embraced his role as the vessel of the darkness. This brings us to the events of Kingsglaive. In the movie, Regis, the current Lucian king, is visiting Tenebrae with his son, Noctis. Here, Lunafreya and Noctis befriend each other, and they learn that Lunafreya is to become the Oracle, and that Noctis is prophesied to be the King of Light. While there, the Empire attacks Tenebrae. Regis was able to escape by grabbing Noctis and Lunafreya, but Lunafreya let go of his hands in order to stay in Tenebrae with her brother, Ravis. The war between the Kingdom of Lucis and the Empire of Niflheim continues. The Empire, with their demons and magitech technology, overwhelms the kingdom and takes most of the kingdom's territories. The king uses the Ring of the Luci to create an impenetrable magical wall over their capital, the city of Insomnia. He does this at the expense of his life force. Knowing that he can't power the shield forever, and that his son is not yet ready, King Regis accepts a peace treaty that was proposed by Arden, who is now the Chancellor of the Empire. In the treaty, the kingdom will keep the capital city of Insomnia, but they will cede the rest of their territory to the Empire. To symbolize the treaty, Noctis is to be wed to Lunafreya, who is now subject of the Empire. The king, suspecting a trap, organizes for Noctis and Lunafreya to be married in Altissia, the capital city of another country. He sends Noctis along with his friends there and organizes for Lunafreya to go as well. However, Lunafreya is intercepted by her brother Ravis and is instead sent to Insomnia. As the king suspected, the treaty signing was a trap. The Empire, with traitors from the King's Guard, brought down the walls and attacked the city. Before the king died, he gives Lunafreya the Ring of the Luci and entrusted her to give the ring to Noctis. Lunafreya is able to escape while Insomnia fell. The Empire steals the crystal and transports it to their capital city, Gralia. Noctis, while making his way towards Altissia, finds out about the destruction of Insomnia. He meets up with the Marshal of the Crown's Guard. The Marshal tells him to collect the royal arms so that he can become strong and protect the people of his kingdom. And with this, Noctis begins his journey collecting the royal arms and the blessings of the Astrals. In his journey, Noctis has visions of an Astral, Titan, who was awakened by Lunafreya. Lunafreya is on a journey to awaken the Astrals so that they can give Noctis their blessing. Noctis passes Titan's trial and receives his blessing. Shortly after, he also obtains the blessing of Ramu, another astral. Noctis learns that Lunafreya is in Althesia, and that she seeks to awaken the astral Leviathan. Once awoken, Leviathan goes on a rampage, and in the chaos, Lunafreya is killed by Arden. Noctis defeats Leviathan using the royal arms and pacifies Leviathan with the assistance of Titan. In her dying moments, Lunafreya gives Noctis the Ring of the Lusai and the Trident of the Arkle, encouraging him to complete his duty. Even though Noctis now has the ring, he refuses to wear it. He does not feel ready to take on the responsibility of being king. In the meantime, the group makes their way to Grellia to retake the stolen crystal. Along the way, we find out that with the death of the Arkle, there is nothing holding back the darkness. The nights have grown longer and more demons have appeared. They also stop by the corpse of another astral, Shiva, who was killed by the Empire. However, Shiva's spirit lives on, and she gives Noctis her blessing. As the group approaches Grellia, Noctis' power is suppressed. Unable to wield his weapons nor the royal arms, he is forced to wear the ring. Using the ring, he makes his way to the crystal, and as he touches the crystal, it begins to absorb him. Arden, who has a chance to kill Noctis, let Noctis be absorbed by the crystal, saying that he wants to defeat a fully powered Noctis as the King of Light, rather than as a mere human. Inside the crystal, Noctis meets the astral Bahamut, who gives Noctis his blessings. In here, Noctis also learns that in order for him to obtain the power to defeat the darkness, he must sacrifice his own life. Noctis agrees and begins to transfer the power of the crystal into his ring. This process takes 10 years. During the 10 years, the darkness completely overtakes Eos. There are small pockets of human settlements, but for the most part, the demons have taken over the entire planet. Once Noctis emerges from the crystal, he reunites with his friends, and they make their way into Insomnia in order to finally defeat Arden. Noctis finds Arden sitting on the throne and defeats him. However, he still needs to kill the darkness. He summons the royal arm and sacrifices himself, so he can fully use the power of the ring to purge the darkness from the world. Once the darkness has been defeated, the ring has completed its purpose and disappears. The darkness is banished from Eos, and the sun shines for the first time in years. In the afterlife, it is shown that Noctis sits on the throne with Lunafreya by his side, and he is finally able to rest.